Have you ever started your morning with eggs, thinking you're doing your body a favor, only to realize later that something so common might be silently working against your health? It's time to rethink what we believe about eggs, especially as we get older. For decades, eggs have been hailed as the ultimate breakfast staple. They're packed with protein, easy to cook, and they feel like a healthy choice. But the way you prepare, pair, and even time your egg consumption can be the difference between a nutritious boost or an invisible threat. Let's begin with one of the most common mistakes people make, especially older adults: eating only egg whites, and worse, doing it on an empty stomach. The logic seems simple. Skip the yolk to avoid cholesterol. But here's the thing. When you toss that yolk aside, you're not just cutting fat, you're also discarding some of the most nutrient-rich content of the egg. Egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which binds to biotin, a crucial B vitamin. That binding prevents biotin from being absorbed. And biotin isn't just any vitamin. It's key for nerve health, skin, hair, even energy levels. Imagine someone starts every day with whites-only scrambled eggs, thinking it's a heart-healthy move. Weeks later, they're feeling fatigued, numbness in the fingers, maybe even struggling with balance. What's happening? Biotin deficiency. And guess what? Those symptoms often get chalked up to aging. The truth is, aging doesn't mean you should accept feeling lousy. If you're cutting yolks, you might be triggering these issues yourself. Now think about this. The egg yolk isn't just where the cholesterol lives. It's also home to omega-3s, choline, antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, and yes, biotin itself. When you eat the whole egg, the biotin in the yolk offsets the avidin in the white. So by eating the whole egg, you're actually protecting yourself from the side effects of the white. And there's more. Eating eggs on an empty stomach, especially just whites, can amplify the problem. When your stomach is acidic after fasting, avidin binds to biotin even more aggressively. A better option? Eat eggs as part of a meal. Pair them with fiber-rich foods like veggies or whole grains. This not only supports digestion, but slows nutrient release, making everything easier on your body. Let's move on to another risky habit: eating raw or undercooked eggs. Some folks, especially those following traditional remedies or protein-boosting routines, still eat raw eggs. But here's the real risk: salmonella. And while a younger person might bounce back from a mild foodborne illness, older adults often can't. Their immune systems just don't respond the way they used to. Raw eggs aren't just risky because of bacteria. They also carry the same biotin-blocking problem we just talked about. When eggs are raw, the avidin in the whites is at full power. It hasn't been neutralized by heat. That means even more blocked absorption and even more biotin lost. So, what's the safe way to eat eggs? Cook them properly. Heat denatures avidin and kills bacteria like salmonella. Boiled eggs, scrambled or poached at safe internal temps, are the way to go. And don't skimp on the cooking time. You want those yolks solid, especially if you're older or have a history of digestive issues. On to mistake number 3. And this one surprises many people: combining eggs with medications. If you're taking blood thinners, antibiotics, iron, calcium, or even zinc, eggs can interfere. Why? Because certain proteins in eggs bind with minerals and medications, forming complexes that your body can't absorb. Take iron, for instance. Maybe you're taking supplements for anemia, but your levels aren't improving. If you're eating eggs at the same time, the iron may be getting blocked by egg proteins. And blood thinners. Egg yolks are rich in vitamin K, which can mess with how those meds work. So if you're taking warfarin, sudden increases in egg yolks can reduce the drug's effect and increase the risk of clots. The solution is simple, though not always obvious: timing. Eat eggs at least 2 hours apart from your meds. For high-risk meds like blood thinners, a 4-hour gap might be even better. Think of it like this: you're not giving up eggs, you're just being smart about when you eat them. Mistake number 4 is more about timing than ingredients. Eating eggs between 6 and 8 a.m. Why does the timing matter? Because early morning is when your body's cortisol levels spike. Cortisol helps wake you up, but it also promotes cholesterol synthesis in the liver. Add dietary cholesterol from eggs to that hormonal mix, and your body gets hit from both sides. That's a concern for anyone, but especially for older adults, whose cholesterol regulation might already be compromised. In one striking case, a man in his late 70s suffered a heart attack despite eating what he thought was a healthy diet. The culprit? Years of early morning fried eggs during cortisol's peak hours. Beyond cholesterol, there's also digestion to consider. Your GI system is slow to wake up. Early in the morning, digestive enzymes are still ramping up. Eating eggs, especially fried or heavily seasoned, can lead to discomfort, bloating, or sluggish digestion. It's better to wait until mid-afternoon, around 2 to 4 p.m., when your body is more prepared to handle heavier proteins. At that time, cortisol is lower, digestion is stronger, and your liver is ready to handle cholesterol. Pair your eggs with high-fiber veggies, and you'll not only improve digestion, but also help your body absorb nutrients like choline and vitamin D more effectively. Let's wrap up part 1 with mistake number 5, cooking eggs in high-temperature oils. It's no secret that many people love a good fried egg, especially with crispy edges. But here's the problem. When oils are heated past their smoke point, they release toxic compounds like acrylamide and aldehydes. These are known contributors to inflammation, cellular damage, and even chronic diseases like heart problems and cognitive decline. And that's not all. High heat also damages the very nutrients you're trying to benefit from in eggs. Choline, for instance, essential for brain function, starts to degrade when exposed to intense heat. The protein structure changes too, making eggs harder to digest. Older adults, who already have weaker digestive enzymes, feel this effect more than anyone. Instead, try cooking methods like boiling, steaming, or gentle poaching. These methods preserve nutrients and keep the proteins more digestible. Plus, they don't involve oils that turn toxic with heat. If you like seasoning, try adding herbs like turmeric or black pepper instead. Not only do they boost flavor, but they also offer anti-inflammatory benefits. Now that we've broken down the most common and dangerous mistakes people make when it comes to eggs, let's shift the focus toward what you can do right. Because once you understand the risks, it's time to talk solutions. Simple changes, consistently applied, can turn eggs from a silent health hazard into a cornerstone of your wellness routine. First, always prioritize whole eggs over egg whites alone, not just for taste, but for balance. The egg yolk isn't your enemy. It's a source of critical nutrients: choline for brain function, biotin for nerve health, omega-3s for inflammation, and antioxidants that protect your eyes and skin as you age. If you're used to ditching the yolk, start small, add it back in gradually, and pair it with leafy greens or whole grains to ease digestion and balance absorption. Second, timing is everything. Instead of rushing into eggs first thing in the morning, give your body time to wake up. Aim for a window between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. when cortisol has dropped, digestion is strong, and your body is better equipped to process proteins and fats. Make it a midday meal, not a morning default. This small adjustment can have a significant impact on cholesterol levels and overall digestion. Third, go easy on the heat. Instead of frying, try boiling or poaching. A soft-boiled egg, cooked gently over low heat, preserves the yolk's nutrients and makes the protein easier to digest. Steam eggs if possible, or poach them gently in water just below boiling. And if you do fry, avoid oils with low smoke points like canola or vegetable oil. Opt for avocado oil or ghee and cook on low heat to reduce the formation of harmful byproducts. And remember, your cooking method doesn't have to sacrifice flavor. Use herbs to elevate taste and enhance health. Turmeric adds warmth and fights inflammation. Black pepper boosts absorption. Fresh parsley aids digestion and adds a crisp finish. These aren't just garnish, they're tools in your longevity toolbox. Let's revisit an earlier point: egg interactions with medications. This isn't about avoiding eggs altogether. It's about strategic timing. If you're taking iron, calcium, or magnesium supplements, give them space from your egg meals. A 2-hour buffer ensures the nutrients in both your meds and your food are properly absorbed. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, consistent vitamin K intake is key. That doesn't mean you can't eat eggs. It means you should eat them regularly, not sporadically. Let your doctor know your habits so your medication dose can be calibrated correctly. Food and medicine can work together as long as you respect their timing. One more pro tip. If you're a fan of eggs in baked goods or mixed into recipes, be mindful of how they're prepared. Muffins or quiches often involve high heat, oils, and other ingredients that can counteract the benefits of eggs. Try baking at lower temps or choose recipes that preserve the nutrients you're aiming to keep. As for meal planning, here are a few ideal pairings for eggs that maximize health. Hard-boiled eggs with a spinach salad tossed in olive oil and lemon. The fat helps absorb fat-soluble vitamins, and the greens balance cholesterol. Scrambled eggs with sautéed onions, garlic, and mushrooms. These add fiber, antioxidants, and flavor without the need for heavy oil. Poached eggs over whole grain toast with avocado. Fiber, healthy fat, and protein in one plate. If you're someone who's always eaten eggs a certain way, making these changes might feel unnatural at first. But habits are meant to evolve with your needs, and your body's needs change as you age. Your digestive system, your immune system, even your brain chemistry, these are all shaped by what and how you eat. And eggs, when consumed with care, can be a major asset to your well-being. But if handled wrong, they can contribute to fatigue, inflammation, even cardiovascular risk. That's why this isn't just a video about eggs. It's about empowerment. About understanding that small choices, like cooking style or meal timing, can add up to big differences over time. And about treating food as your first and most reliable medicine. Now maybe you're thinking, I'm in my 60s, 70s, 80s. Isn't it too late to change? Absolutely not. In fact, this is exactly when you should be tuning in to these kinds of messages. This is the age when your body needs smarter fuel, less stress on digestion, more support for memory and energy, and better protection against the very illnesses that creep up when we aren't paying attention to our food. Eggs, when eaten with purpose, provide all that and more. Let's do a quick recap of the 5 biggest mistakes and how to fix them. Eating only egg whites on an empty stomach. Always eat the whole egg and never on an empty stomach. Combine with fiber and healthy fats to slow digestion and balance absorption, consuming raw or undercooked eggs. Always cook your eggs fully. Boil, poach, or steam to kill bacteria and deactivate avidin. Your gut and immune system will thank you. Eating eggs with medication. Keep a 2 to 4 hour gap between eggs and critical medications or supplements. It's not about elimination, it's about coordination. Eating eggs between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. Wait until your digestive system is fully awake. Aim for mid-afternoon to reduce cholesterol overload and improve nutrient use. Cooking eggs at high temperatures in oil. Avoid frying with unstable oils. Use low-heat methods to preserve nutrients and reduce inflammation. Every one of these adjustments is simple. None of them require expensive supplements or radical diets, just awareness and a willingness to adapt. And remember, no food is inherently good or bad. It's how you eat it, how often, and in what context that matters. Even a nutrient-dense food like eggs can go from hero to hazard with one small mistake. So here's the challenge for you. Tomorrow, try preparing your eggs differently. Maybe you'll boil instead of fry, eat them with vegetables instead of toast, have them at lunch instead of breakfast. Track how you feel afterward. Is your digestion smoother? Do you have more energy in the afternoon? These changes matter, and your body notices sooner than you think. And as you take steps to optimize your nutrition, remember you're not just doing this for your current health. You're investing in future you, the one who wants to stay active, sharp, and independent for years to come. If this video helped you see eggs in a new light, drop a comment. Share your biggest takeaway or which change you'll try first. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read to make their own change. Thank you for watching and giving your health the attention it deserves. If you want more real, science-backed guidance to navigate aging with confidence, Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's more to come, and you won't want to miss it. Stay strong, stay smart, and keep your eggs on the right side of health.